Hi there. I'm going to solve some problems that you might see on tomorrow's quiz on working with polynomials, quadratics, factoring, and solving quadratic equations by factoring. So my first problem here is polynomial subtraction. So the trick to solving these is to change the minus sign in between two polynomials to a plus and then reverse each sign that comes afterwards. And now I just have polynomial addition. So 3 minus 1 is 2 minus 5 is negative 3x to the fourth. And then I'm going to do minus 7x squared. And then I'm going to do, let's see, 4x minus x is 3x. And then minus 1 plus 1 minus 3 is minus 3. First few words in tonight's sentence are, "Oh, the grand old Duke of York." All right, now in this next one, I'm just going to distribute. Okay. And now this one is foiling, so I do first, outer, inner, lasts. The first become 70k squared. The outers become, the inners become, and the last. And I combine the inners and outers. And I get that. Okay, there's two approaches. One approach is to distribute twice. I like to do the approach where you write one of the polynomials underneath the other one. And then first thing I'm going to do is multiply negative 5 times each term above it. Now I'm going to do 7m times each term above it. And now I'm going to add downwards to combine like terms. And that would be my product. Okay, no, I did that. Okay, now I'm asked to factor. Oh, and then before I go on, the second set of words are, he had 10,000 men. So this one, I can see that I can factor out a 6k. Let's see, I think it's 13k. And then, so if I divide 6 out, I get 336. And I don't think I can factor any farther because I don't, oh no, I can. 9 and 4 multiply to be 36 and add up to 13. So I get 6k times k plus 9 times k plus 4. All right, in this one I need two numbers that multiply to be negative 6 and add up to negative 1. It'll be n minus 3 and n plus 2. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Meant to do that. Okay, there's no common factor here, so I'm going to use my trick technique where the first thing I do is I strip off the 4, multiply the third term by it, and then factor that. So two numbers that multiply to be negative 32 and add up to 31 would be a plus 32 and a minus 1. Now I take the 4, put it back in there, and divide out any common factor. And that is my factored form. Okay, and the next problem, I think I can factor out 27. And actually not just 27, 27v. Yeah. Okay, solve by factoring. So I want to move all terms to the left side of the equal sign. I get v squared minus 8v equals 0. So I'm going to factor out 8. So I get v equals 0, or so v equals 0 or v equals 8. Okay, next few words are: he marched them up to the top of the hill. Okay, next one. This one I just need to factor out x. So that would give me x equals 0 or x minus 6, 0, add 6. So I get 0 and 6. Okay, just two more. All right, so I know I can factor out a 3 before I do anything else. Well, actually, I should move the 120 over to the left side of the equal sign. And now I'm going to factor out a 3. Okay, so now let's see, what do I have? 3, no, it's not 87. It's 60. 174 divided by 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Down. You know what? I think I'm just going to skip this problem because the numbers are way too big. Well, you know what? Let me divide out a 2 instead of a 3. I guess it turns out that those terms are not divisible by 3. So let's try a 2. So I get 15m squared plus 87m plus 60 equals 0. And now I'm going to, I guess I can divide out a 3. So I get 5m squared so I get 29m. Okay, so now I'm going to use my trick technique to factor that. So the first thing I do is factor m squared plus 29m plus 100 equals 0. And then that two numbers that multiply to be 100 and add up to 29 are m plus 4 and m plus 25. Then I take the 5 and I put it back in and remove any common factors, and that gives me 5m plus 4 and m plus 5. And then I set each of those equal to 0 and solve for the variable. So I get m equals negative 4/5 and m equals negative 5. And that's it. Okay, and the final words of tonight's sentence are, and he marched them down again. All right, hope this was helpful, and we'll see you tomorrow. Get a good night's sleep. Cheers.